Hey guys, it's Greg. In this video I would like to show you a Tomb Raider. So this is a prototype of the game, just keep this in mind. I never thought that I can ever have a Lara Croft on table, but well, here it is. And I am quite surprised and excited that I can have a Tomb Raider as a board game. And in this video I want to give you a glimpse of rules and the general overview of the game. What is very important, this is a solo game, so also remember that. If you are interested in this title, just check out the rest of this video. As you can see, the game is on a table, so this is the setup of the first scenario. But before the details, I just need to give you a little bit of context. So this is Tomb Raider, the Crypt of Chronos. This is an original story, but in the game you can find a lot of references to the video games that we know and love, at least me. And well, the most important, I think, is this lady, Natla. If you played the first Tomb Raider, I think you should know her. The game can be played in two separate ways. You can play it as a campaign with this book of stories or book of scenarios, and you're going to play one after another to finish the game, or the game can be played as a, let's say, more or less a sandbox, where you are going to explore the islands of Chronos by yourself without this book. You're just going to run around, use special map, discover different locations, and this Natla is going to mess with you also. I will tell you more about this module at the end of this video. Let's start with this, let's say, regular game way of playing this game. So this Tomb Raider, the Crypt of Chronos, this is the adventure book. So this is a demo version. Also, please remember that. This is how this is going to more or less look like. So we have a little bit of story, and we have those chapters. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and so on. It's going to load a little bit slower. We have in this demo 5 chapters to play. Obviously this is not the end. And what informations we can find in here? So let's go with this first scenario, maybe not first scenario. Let's go with this like guide. On those we have a map. Over here, intro and map. Here is the map. That's our checkpoint, your starting equipment if you begin a campaign on this chapter. So my checkpoint is my dual pistols. Layout of the map, so it's in here. What is very cool that in this game we have like 4 biomes, let's say. Regular jungle. If you played Tomb Raider, you know that every single time there has to be a jungle. There are also mountains and snow, but we also have a desert. And on the other side of those jungles, I think we have crypts. Yeah, something like that, crypts. So 4 biomes, and those biomes are going to build different locations. Next thing, what we have here, objectives. So in here we are going to have objectives, invasion level. I will explain it in a second. Those are those markers. Then we have special rules, which are over here. So this is our goal to finish the campaign. And reward and exit. Here is the exit. Here's our reward and challenges. Over here we have 2 challenges. Those are the examples, and those are like achievements that you can try to achieve. So different ways of playing this specific scenario, this specific chapter. You don't have to, you can finish it on regular rules, and then you can try one of those challenges that are going to somehow change the rules and what you have. And this is our first chapter. So we are going to Kairos. This is this island, which are we going to explore. And now, what information do we have here? So my goal is to collect the artifact, which is over here. Then I have to search at least once, so I have to perform search action at least once, and then I have research at least once. And if I complete those 3 objectives, the exit is over here. I can finish this level being on this tile and without any other enemies. So Lara must be alone on this tile. So this is my goal. I am going to get 4 resources, and here we have 2 challenges, so I can play it using those costumes from, I think, 3rd and I think, legend. Those are those costumes from those two installments of the game. So this is our setup and this is our board. Now what we can find on the board. Obviously I should show you Lara. I already showed you Natla, but Lara is, I think, the most important heroine of this game. Those miniatures are printed on a 3D printer, obviously, so just remember that the quality is not what you can expect from the final product. Those are going to be much better in the end. So I already showed you Natla and Lara, and maybe those this guy is a boss, because in this game you're going to also face bosses. Those are a little bit bigger and more strong, more powerful enemies. All right, so the board. On the board we have 3 types or levels of ground. So the regular ground, like typical one, we have a jungle, green fields, and this is it. Those traps over here, those just represent the locations which are unavailable. You cannot enter those. It's like a wall, more or less. And we have those yellow spots. Those are like elements of the board that are a little bit higher. This is those spaces where Lara must climb. What else we have here? We have those spots. So those are the spots where enemies are going to spawn, with the arrow that shows you in which way this enemy is going to face. And we have this artifact that I need to obtain. Here we have doors that are locked and I need to open them. Here is the lever that is going to open my door, and here is this tile that is exit. So this is the board, and this is the first scenario, let's say. Now let's go to other boards. So we have a craft bench. On craft bench you can craft items. You can get additional dice that you can use in a game. You can craft weapons, outfits, and also abilities. So when you are going to collect different resources, you can craft things and use them in a game. So for example, we have discover in here. Whenever you roll 4 successes, let's say, or move during a move action, you may take either 2 additional resources or one research cube. So those are you can only have 2 additional abilities, which are going to be placed over here next to those basic actions that are printed on your playing board. So those are the abilities. We also have those outfits, and this can be quite nostalgic if you ever played Tomb Raider, because I think we have good representation of the most iconic outfits of Lara. So here we have those outfits, and those, as you can see, also are going to change the way how are you going to play, and they are going to give you some boosts. So those are the outfits. And finally, weapons. I have my dual pistols at the beginning, but obviously there's a lot of different things like bow, shotgun, a spear of Ares, M16, spectral rifle, silent sting, and so on and so on. Wasp. And it's a grenade launcher, I think. So those are the items that you can create, and over here is here we have spots for your items. So you can have 1 outfit and 2 different weapons that you can use during scenarios. Apart of those elements that you can create, there are also 3 other things that you can craft. You can craft more ammo, you can craft med packs, and you can craft additional dice that you can use during actions. So those are the components. And now let's go to the Lara's board. So those are the dice that you're going to use when you're going to activate Lara. I am going to tell you about this in a second. In here is our tracker of our life. So she has 10 health points, slots for our items, and actions over here. Now, let's use this quite big reference sheet, but it's a prototype, so we are using what we have. And in here we have an explanation of how the game is played. So the game is played in 3 phases. Firstly, we have Lara phase, then we have enemy phase, and then we have event phase. When there's a Lara phase, we are going to use all of our dice to perform different actions. When we used all of our dice, then we are going to enemy phase. Each of the enemies is going to activate once. And well, depending if Lara is visible or hidden or she made some noise or not, they are going to go in a different direction. And after activation of each of the enemies, there is an event phase, so we're going to draw one event card, and well, we will see what's going to happen. Depending on the situation on the board, we're going to draw one event card if there is at least one enemy, or two event cards if there are no enemies on the board. So those are the basics, and now I think it's a good idea to start the round and see what is going to happen. So we have one wildlife, so it's a wolf, and he's staring on the north, let's say. And what is our goal? We want to capture the artifact, open the door using the lever. So I think our goal is to go to a lever and open the gate. I think I'm going to just ignore for this moment this poor wolf. And now to perform a movement action, in here we have a move action. So how we are going to move in this game? We can use, you always have to use at least one die, and this die, even if you use this die already gives you one movement point. So move one space per dice used, plus, and depending on the result, you can get additional movement if you got hourglass, or maybe two movement if you got two hourglass, or if you didn't get any hourglass, so it's a blank, put noise on your starting space. There is also this special side with this broken hourglass. You can transform it into the success, but you need to discard one card from this event deck, and I will tell you more about this in a second when we are going to be on event phase. So I think I am going to use all except of one die to move Lara. So let's roll those dice, and I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moves. Whoa, I messed the counting. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Movement by 1 is 1 movement point, and I've got empty, so I've made a noise, so I need to put this marker over here. And now I'm going to move Lara. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This is how far I could go with this roll. And well, maybe I should use all those dice. Let's roll again. Let's just use all the dice. So I have 1 hourglass and I used 1 dice, so I have 2. And now to enter this upper level, I need to spend 2 movement points instead of 1. So well, I am using those 2 points to enter this location a little bit higher, and this is the end of my turn. Now we are going to enemy phase, and over here we have this spreadsheet, let's say, that shows us what statistics our enemies are going to have, and we are fighting with wildlife. So wildlife has 3 health, movement of 4, power of 2, so 2 damage, and range of 1, so they are always going to attack adjacent location. And in this game, to kill your enemies, you need to inflict equal amounts of damage as their health. So in this example, you need to do 3 damage in 1 shot. If you inflicted less than 3, nothing happens. So now we should move this wildlife, and I should also use this last die maybe to hide my poor Lara, but I didn't do that. She is on the spotlight. I didn't use this hide action to hide her, so in the end this noise is not very doing anything because the wolf is seeing her. So the wolf is going to run to her, and the wolf has 4 movements, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is the end of enemy phase, and we are going to event phase. So in event phase, we are going to draw one card from this event deck and see what is going to happen. So in here we have two sides of this card. We have pendulum, and that is a trap that is trying to well, kill us. And on the other side we have sniper. And in here this is the situation where when the location is invaded. And now what does it mean? Every time when our deck of events is depleted and all events were used, the Natla is going to invade the location. So we are going to use those markers like those to mark how many those invasions happen. So after when this deck is depleted once, we are going to add one marker, and when the deck is depleted second time, we are going to add another marker. And accordingly to this book of scenarios, depending on the chapter, there is a different threshold of how many markers of this invasion is needed to, well, map to be invaded by Natla. So in this example, we need to have three markers. If we would have 3 markers, then we would check the invaded side of this card, and those invaded sides are definitely more punishing for us than those regular ones. So let's go back to this pendulum. In here we have 2 options. We can just get 3 damage and, well, this is it, or we can try to duck, and depending on the results, we are going to, be safe or not. But this is the situation. When you are going to duck or do any other things like hide or dodge or something, you are going to again use those dice, and those dice are going to be subtracted from your available dice in the next round. So I don't think I want to do this, especially on the first scenario. So I think I'm just going to be crushed by this pendulum, and I am going to get those 3 damage. So 1, 2, and 3. And this is the end of event phase. I'm going to get all my dice back to my hand, and now again I am going to perform my actions. So I would like to go to this lever and move it, but before that I think I want to attack this wolf. So I am going to use only 1 die. I have 2 movement points, but 1 is enough, it doesn't really matter. So 1 die is used, and now I can attack this poor wolf. And now how I am going to do this? I am going to attack it, and I am going to use my dual pistols. So now I am going to check the range. My range from Lara is 2, so I can attack any adjacent location in straight lines, and 1 more. So in this example, here or here. And now here we have another minor rule, that I am on this higher ground, so I need to inflict 1 extra damage to hit my opponent. So even if the wildlife has 3 health, I need to inflict 4 damage. And now what I am going to do? First of all, I am going to use dual pistols, and dual pistols, we have this special rule in here, dice must be rolled in pairs. So I always need to use at least 2 dice to attack with dual pistols. Each of the die is going to inflict 1 damage. Obviously using this weapon is going to also make some noise. And I have, well, let's say I have some ammo, because I forgot about it. Let's say I have some ammo, so I have 4 ammo, just to show you how it is going to work. Now, if I have to use those pistols in pairs, I am going to roll 4 dice, and I have 2 blanks, 2 successes, and 1 success if I am going to discard one of the cards. So I can use those 2 successes to inflict 2 damage, because each of the successes is going to inflict 1 damage, so I have 2 damage. And now I can decide to spend my ammo from my dual pistols to inflict additional damage. So 2 is from the roll, and each of the ammo I am going to spend adds 1 more damage. So in this example, I need to spend 1 and 2 ammo to kill my poor wolf and take it from the board, because I had to, again, wolf had 3 health and I needed to inflict 4 damage because I was on a higher ground. And see, this is it. I used all of my dice. Now there's one more, so I'm going to use it to, well, it's a blank, but I'm going to use it in any way to move on my lever, and this is the end of the second round. There is no enemies on the board, so I'm going to skip this phase, and we're going to event phase. In event phase, again, we can be smashed by the boulder, or we can run, move 2 spaces, lose 3 resources, and you can't move back on yourself. But I don't want to move, so I am going to take again 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And because we don't have any enemies on the board, I have to draw another card, and this time we have enemy spawn, so new enemy enters the board. And this is the moment when we are going to use this second this regular die. I'm rolling it. We have 3, so on a spot of 3 is going to be spawn a wildlife, and this symbol, this jaw tells us that it's going to be a wildlife. So again, I'm going to use just this for wolf, because this is first scenario, and in first scenarios we always have wolves and bats. So this is it. I also forgot to take my reward for killing enemy. If I defeated an enemy, I can draw 1 token from this bag, so I'm going to choose randomly one of these because I've killed somebody. I mean, in this example that was a wolf, and I've got a treasure. So treasure is basically a joker, so it can be treated as any other resource, and maybe I will show you what kind of resources we have here. So we have like gears, and those gears are used to make weapons. If you have 5 of them, you can take 1 weapon. There is also a cloth, I think, and cloth is used to make outfits, but also you're going to use it to make health med packs. And we have this oil, and this oil, this is quite surprising, is used to create abilities. You also need to have 5 of them to create new ability, and oil is used to create when you want to create bullets and med packs. Now I should also mention that you can get 2 additional dice, so you can perform more actions, and to do this you need to spend 1 gear and 1 cloth. The crafting is additional thing. You don't have to spend anything for doing it, you're just doing it and that's it. The only condition is that you have to have resources for that. And I already told you that we have those jokers, so this one can be treated as any other resource, and as you can see we have some multipliers, so this is quite cool because this is basically 2 jokers in 1 token. So this is the end of second game round, and again we are going to go with Lara. So to use this lever I need to spend 1 of my dice just to activate this lever, so I'm just spending 1 die. The lever is used, and thanks to that each door that is the same color as the lever, so the red one, is going to be open or closed depending on the situation on the map, because there can be a situation when you have more than 1 red door. Some of them are going to be open, some of them are going to be closed, and when you use the lever, open doors are going to be closed and closed doors are going to be open. So this is a very cool approach. You need to plan your actions and be ready for running around the map and solving the puzzles. Now, we want to get this relic or artifact. So again, I'm using all of my dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I have 7 movement, and we are going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I used all of my actions. Now we are going to enemy phase, and enemy also is using the same rules as Lara. So Wolf, to climb those higher grounds, also must spend 2 action points. and wolf cannot move over here because we have those traps, those spikes in the ground. So wolf have to go using this way. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4, and wolf stays in here. And again we're going to event phase. Another enemy is going to be spawned on the map, so we are going to use the die, spawn it on the right location. So let's check it. And this one is going to be 6. Not very cool for me because it's going to be standing over here. I am going to spawn another wildlife in this place. This time it's going to be well, snake. And the snake is going to be watching this side of the board. And you're going to play this way until you fulfill your objectives. Now let's go through the other actions that we can perform. As I showed you the movement and climbing and so on, using those levers. But we have other actions also. We have a search. So again, you're going to use your dice, and depending on the results, you can get 1 research if it's 1 hourglass, or for 3 hourglass you can get 3 resources randomly from the bag. You can also perform a melee attack, and the search can only be used once per Lara turn, so only 1 search per all game round. Then we have melee attack, so you're going to use your fists, and this one is tricky because if you are not going to kill your enemy in 1 blow, your activation ends and your opponent is going to attack you immediately, so it's not a very great idea to do that. But this melee is also using this mechanic of being hidden or seen, and if you are hidden, you can inflict more damage. You can also hide, so you're just using this token to mark that Lara is hidden, and the enemies are not going to go to her. The enemies are going to act in a little bit different way, and that's why we have those arrows, and that's why it's important to put your miniatures in the right position. Because if the Lara is hidden right now and the enemies doesn't know where she is, they're going to move in a direction that they are facing. So in this example, our wildlife, our snake, is going to move 4 in this direction. So 1, 2, 3, and now there is no more there is no more room for movement, so it's going to turn 90 degrees clockwise until this enemy is going to find another path that is available. But in this example, the only way is back, so he's going to turn back and move final 4 over there. And the same goes with this wolf. This wolf should be facing this direction, and it is going to use again 4 movement, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is the movement when Lara is hidden. The enemies still are going to move, but in those directions that they are facing. Then we have research. So in the research, this one can be used only once per your turn, per Lara activation, and depending on the results you can put cubes over here. We have 3 spots for cubes, or if you have 2 hourglasses, you're going to get a research card. So what does it mean, those cubes? When you have 3 cubes over here, you can transform them into research cards. So it's not this action is not going to be wasted. For 0 results, 1 cube, for 1 hourglass 2 cubes, and for 2 hourglasses 1 research card. So it's very cool that even if you cannot obtain those 2 hourglasses, you still can get those cubes that are going to be transformed into a research card. And those research cards are very useful because let me show you. We have this, I think, Greek over here, and those are powers that you can use when you get this card, and those are completely each of them I think is completely different. Dodge a trap, oh no, not really, we have more of the same, but those can help you drastically. Dodge a trap, and I've got 6 damage I think from traps at the first scenario, so those can be very useful during the game. Right, so this is the research, and finally dodge. I already told you, you can dodge when enemy is attacking you, or you can dodge those traps, but you're going to have less dice in the upcoming round, so this is very important to remember. And 2 additional slots for abilities. And basically this is it, so you're going to run around, try to kill the enemies, try to fulfill the objectives and find this final artifact. Now I should mention some additional features of this game. So for example, in this snowy mountain location, we have those slides that you're going to be moved when you enter it. This is also, I think, very Tomb Raider's second inspired. In here we have those sands, and I don't remember. I think those are going to do something Do we have it on this? No, I don't remember what is going to do. But on each of those we have some special mechanics. And we also have bosses, so in this demo we have 3 bosses. There's obviously our Natla Queen, and in here we have some special rules. Because of this symbol, that means Lara cannot be hidden, and when they are on a map, Lara is always visible. This is their movement, this is their damage, there is this range, special rules, and their health. And the rules of killing enemy in one blow is not valid for the bosses. They have their health track, and you can kill them in many rounds, destroy them, whatever. So this is the components of this scenario-based driven game, but there is also this more sandboxy element that I mentioned at the beginning. This is the map of our island, and as you can see, we have those 4 biomes. Well, in here actually 3: a jungle, desert, and mountains, and those ruins, in which you're going to explore different locations. So you're going to use those markers to track where is Lara. You're also going to have Natla, obviously, on this board, that is always chasing you and trying to catch you and mess with your plans. But there is also this deck of cards for different biomes, so different areas. We have different cards: deserts, mountains, jungle, and so in here we have tombs, so all 4 biomes. And on the other side we have those different locations with different objectives, with rewards. So playing this game as a more sandboxy way, you are going to explore the map by yourself without this guide and in your own order. And thanks to that, the game can be definitely more replayable, because of the deck of these cards is quite thick. And also the last location of the Crypt of Chronos, so the place where you want to go, we also, in this at least prototype, we get 3 of them. So at the end of the game you can have 3 different setups. So it's not a one-time game. You can play it multiple times, and at the end I should show you obviously the boulder, because the boulder is always in Tomb Raider, at least in those original classic 3 games. So this is it, Tomb Raider, the Crypt of Chronos. The game is going to be on crowdfunding platforms. So if you like this game and if you love Lara, I think this is a title that you should have on your radar. So thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one.